These penguins are all heading to the open water to the right, but one of them caught our eye, the one in the center. He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away.
Well, I've never seen a penguin bashing its head against a rock. They do get disoriented. They end up in places they shouldn't be, a long way from the ocean.
There is a video that's being quietly taken over the internet. No explosions, no drama, no words. Just a single penguin walking away from his group, while hundreds of other penguins move together in one direction. This one penguin turns the other way and keeps walking. No explanation, no context, just a moment that made millions of people stop scrolling and maybe feel something. Today, I want to talk about that penguin, not because he's famous, but because somehow he reflects something very human. And by the end of this video, you might see your own life a little differently. Imagine the scene. A frozen landscape, endless white, the wind howling softly in the background. A massive group of penguins move together, shoulder to shoulder, following the same path they've always followed. Safety in numbers, warmth, familiarity. And then one penguin stops. He pauses, and instead of following the group, he turns. Step by step, he walks alone in the opposite direction. No panic, no rush, just quiet determination. No one knows why he left. Was he curious? Was he lost? Was he tired of following? Or was he simply choosing something different? What's fascinating is not the penguin, it's us. Millions of people projected meaning onto that moment. People said, "That's me leaving a toxic job. That's me walking away from expectations. That's me choosing myself." Why did this hit such a nerve? Because deep down, many of us know exactly what it feels like to be part of the crowd, while quietly wanting something else. We live in a world that rewards fitting in, following the path, doing what's expected. And yet, somewhere inside us, there is often a small voice asking, what if there is another way? Let's start with the first lesson this penguin teaches us. It takes courage to walk alone. Staying with the group is easy. It feels safe. You don't have to explain yourself. But choosing a different path, that comes with uncertainty, with judgment, with fear. As humans, we often stay in situations that don't fulfill us because living feels scary. A relationship that no longer fits, a career chosen by someone else, a version of ourselves we've outgrown. Like the penguin, walking away doesn't mean you hate the group. It simply means you're listening to something inside you, and that takes bravery. The lesson number 2 is you don't need to explain your path. Notice something important. The penguin doesn't turn around to justify himself. He doesn't try to convince the others. He doesn't hesitate. He just walks. As humans, we often feel pressured to explain every decision. Why we changed, why we left, why we choose differently. But the truth is, not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. You don't owe the world a detailed explanation for choosing what feels right for you. Sometimes clarity comes after movement, not before. The lesson number 3 is being alone is not the same as being lost. One of the biggest fears we have is being alone. But alone doesn't always mean lost. Sometimes it means you're listening, you're reflecting, you're resetting. Growth often requires space. When you step away from noise, expectations, and constant comparison, you finally get to hear your own thoughts. That penguin walking alone isn't weak. He's not broken. He's not failing. He's simply in a different chapter. And so are many of us. The lesson number 4 is to trust the process, even when it's unclear. Here is the thing. We don't know where that penguin is going, and that uncertainty makes people uncomfortable because it mirrors our own lives. We want guarantees, we want maps, we want certainty before we move. But life doesn't work that way. Sometimes you have to take the step first and trust that clarity will follow. Progress doesn't always look like confidence. Sometimes it looks like quiet persistence. One step, then another, even when the destination isn't unclear. Maybe the penguin eventually found something better. Maybe he circled it back. Maybe his journey was simply his own. And that's the point. Not every meaningful story needs a dramatic ending. Some journeys matter because of the joys to begin them. So if you feel like the penguin lately, walking a different path, failing out of sync, questioning everything, know this. You're not behind. You're not wrong. You're not alone in feeling this way. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is quietly walk toward the life that feels true to you, even if no one else understands it. If this story resonates with you, take a moment today to ask yourself, am I walking because I want to, or because I am afraid to stop? And remember, every path starts with a single step. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe.